All of my flowers are dead. We have had a few frosts. We've had multiple nights that have been below freezing, well below freezing, and all of my flowers are gone, which is a big issue for our farmers markets because a huge amount of our sales this year are coming from our fresh flower sales. We have still 3 more markets left in October before we finish our market season, and I don't know just what's gonna sell. All of our summer veggie crops have been killed in the cold weather. Our peppers are done, our zucchinis are done, our cucumbers, all dead. Our tomatoes are so finished that we've even cleaned up our greenhouses. But do not fear, we still have lots to sell. We've been planning for this time of year since the summer. We know the frost is gonna come. We know those summer crops are gonna die off. And so we have lots and lots of fall crops planted. This entire bed here is looking so good. I'm very happy with it. This is all of our best fall crops. We got our greens, we got our lettuce, we got our kales. There is so much food in here. This is gonna get us well to the end of our market season. The main farm is still filled with lots to harvest. We have lots of roots. We have so much food still. And even though we don't have fresh flowers, we still have lots of dried flowers. So this week, we're gonna be pulling out all the dried flowers and making a big, decadent dried flower display.
Standing underneath the lights, look into each other's eyes. Tired snowflakes are coming down, collapse into water when they hit the ground. I hear the sound of empty streets. Yesterday has gone to sleep, so all that's left is you and me. I can promise you're the only thing I see. Hear the words I say. Close your eyes and let us fade away. Build a secret place for you and me. Let our minds be caught up in a dream. Quiet voices in the night. Time is running out of sight. A lonely wind is passing by. Tries to carry all the whispers that it finds. The walls are listening when we talk, making echoes as we walk. There's no one left but you and me. It's like a made-up place that only we can see. Hold my hand and hear the words I say. Close your eyes and let us fade away. Build a secret place for you and me. Let our minds be caught up in a dream.
Update time. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Our kids are home, and Serina has texted me a 14-point list of all the things I gotta accomplish today, and I am currently working on number 1. So I'm pretty behind schedule, which for us is perfectly on schedule, so I don't really care. Just doing all this baby kale over here. Not sure if you can see it too well, but this baby kale is really good. People don't buy it too much, but anyone who does really likes it. And I like to snack on it as well because, you know, nothing beats kale when it's kind of like at this size, right? We bag this up, and then we sell it alongside our greens mix. For the greens mix, people specifically like the 100% sweet lettuce mix that we make. That one probably outsells everything else by a pretty good margin. But this past little while, Serina has been making a push on getting everybody to try the mustard mix. Some of the mustard greens we grow are like really good. You know, at the farmer's market, there is a lot of competition for the bagged greens. It's one of the most profitable areas of this type of farming that we do if you can sell it, right? And you know, it's just not what we're specifically known for exactly. We have probably I don't know how many other farms are there. 8, 10, 12, something like that. It varies, but lots of them are bringing, you know, really delicious greens mixes as well. But if we're selling from the roadside stand, we have zero competition there. So, you know, that is the long-term goal for the roadside stand, is to be able to sell some of these, you know, profitable and popular crops that we just have too much competition to be able to sell in large volumes at the farmer's market. Because, you know, we do have, there are a lot of customers at the farmer's market, but they also like to spread around the sales. You know, they'll shop for 1 or 2 items at each different farm because they're trying to support everybody, which is very nice, and we support everybody doing that. But it also means that you're not going to get massive sales when you're selling veggies, right? Step 2 is harvest and bunch some kale. So
Kale is going to occupy lots of our steps.
I like doing all the harvesting, just that usually I don't get a chance to, because I got to do Ian stuff. There's no shortage of this Siberian kale because nobody buys it.
So good though.
I do like it. It's a very tender leaf. It's a unique leaf for kale. I was eating kale for breakfast yesterday, and when Serina got up, she's like, what's all over your face? And I had like green drool like all over the side of my face. Look how nice that is. Favorite way to eat kale. It's teeny tiny. What about you, Serina? What's your favorite way to eat kale?
This year, one of my big goals was to see if I could have flowers after the frost. So I made an educated guess that there are some things that would survive that cold weather. I said the sedum, you know, there's a good chance sunflowers will do it. And success, I probably can throw together a couple bouquets, even though we've had hard freezes already. This is scented geranium, and I planted this hoping to be able to use it as a greenery. Never really grew at all, but it's looking great. It seems like it doesn't care about this frost at all. So I think I'm gonna hack it down and then be able to have a little bit of greenery. This is one thing that I'm definitely missing. but isn't that pretty?
The leaves look really nice.
Yeah, and it's supposed to keep really well, and it has a really nice scent. You know, these, and they'll sit on. They don't want to sit nicely. I've been saying all year that I was hoarding this random tomato plant so that I could use it for flowers after the frost. Unfortunately, it got so cold that it even killed it in this greenhouse. But there are a few stems in here, including some amaranth that I can actually pick. So, waste not, want not. My favorite fillers, tomatoes. Chonky one.
Looks like all.
We've been using some of these Jerusalem artichokes as greenery, and they've seem to have survived the frost really well. They are a little bit inconsistent for hydrating. I kind of have to pick them and then leave them for a while, and then half of them droop and die, and half of them become, you know, greenery that lasts for 2 weeks. So they're a little bit tricky to use, but I like the look of them. They're very green. This is the real surviving the frost money crop right here. These are the sedums, and these look like nothing. These look better than ever, and these keep super good, and they're so full and so big, and I love the color. I've basically been using a single sedum to build a bouquet, so it's been making really fast and really easy bouquets for me, and yeah, they're just a great flower for this time of year. That hefty boy. These Rudbeckia have been blowing my mind. I don't know why, they're so happy and so healthy. In no way touched. We had -6 Celsius as an overnight low. These were frozen solid, and they're happier than they probably have been all year.
Okay, I gotta get back to the Ian work.
I'm back to the flower work.
All right, well, we're doing one of those late night harvesting things today. It's not that late. It's only 8:30. Serina's inside. She's put the kids to bed. I am out here. Just finished harvesting a bunch of lettuce. I may have to do a bit more, but I'm working on getting some salad mix, and I got some head lettuce here as well. So I'm gonna clean all of those up, and then move on to the next thing, because I still have to do harvesting cherry tomatoes. I have to go through all of our big tomatoes that have been ripening inside that we harvested before the freeze, and I got to pack the truck. There's still a bunch for me to do, but right now I'm just taking 5, catching up with you guys, and then I'm gonna get back at it.
How pretty are those? They're so nice.
Give me love, give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way, don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love. All that we have is each other now. Promise you won't leave my side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love, love.
We had frost, we had freeze. As we showed you at the beginning of the video, we ripped out all of our tomato plants, but we didn't just throw them in the compost because we had so many of these green tomatoes that it would have been such a waste to just leave them out there, so we picked them. There's only so many things you can do to eat green tomatoes, and here at our house, personally, they're not our favorite thing. So what we do is we just lay them out, somewhere. We make sure they're not touching each other, and then over the next month, they're slowly gonna ripen, they're slowly gonna get color, and then they're gonna be fresh red tomatoes instead of green tomatoes. They don't taste quite as good as vine ripened tomatoes. It's hard to beat that, but they definitely taste as good as grocery store tomatoes, and it's pretty incredible to be getting, fresh tomatoes a month after freeze. We often are eating fresh homegrown tomatoes when there's snow on the ground. And this doesn't only work for large tomatoes, you can do it for your smaller tomatoes as well too. You just need to keep an eye on them. If any of them start to go bad, you need to get them out of there because they can contaminate all the rest of the tomatoes and make them all go moldy.
You know what's been going bad?
This boy over here.
That boy. The end of the season has a lot of mixed emotions. It's always sad to see, the frost come and kill all the tomatoes that we love so much and all the flowers and, everything all summery. It really changes the vibe of the farm, but it also is kind of exciting that, our seasonal break is approaching and that's exciting. It's also, I kind of feel rejuvenated because things slow down, so you get a little bit of time to rest your body. And now I'm feeling like I really want to push hard for these last 3 markets just to see how good we can do with the dried flowers and, just to kind of give a strong send-off to our 3rd season of farming. Every farm season is a grind and has its mix of highs and lows. This year definitely had some low points. We both had some health issues, especially Serina. The weather was extremely challenging, especially in June when we had that crazy hot weather that freaked us all out and was very hard to keep everything alive through. But when you struggle through those low periods and you find success, it just makes the success that much sweeter. So I'm feeling really good about how we did this season. I feel proud that we were able to work through all of our struggles. Serina did some amazing work this year with all the bouquets, and she really proved that the $20 bouquet is something that will bring success to this farm. So I'm excited that she has this creative outlet for her flower skills. I'm proud that I was able to put together so many of these weekly harvest to market vlogs. That is no small accomplishment. I'm excited that, we've built this community on the YouTube channel around doing all this farming work and sharing it with everybody. It feels really good to have all of you cheering us on and giving us all these great ideas for what we can do for the future. Basically, at this time of year, it's kind of like a time to reflect on the season past and a time to look forward to next year. And after this season doing so many things right, I'm really excited to see what we can do even better next year.
I am shocked to be in here because I am definitely gonna be able to at least have a couple buckets of fresh bouquets. I was able to gather together a lot more than I expected. I'm thinking for sure at least 8 bouquets I'll be able to bring down to the market.
So what are you thinking? Show me, make a bouquet for me.
I don't know what to do. Maybe do something with one of the flowering kales.
Yeah, definitely.
Because these are very fun. I picked some big pieces, right? Because I wasn't gonna have much, but you know that makes, you know, a pretty solid base. Put a grass in, you know, for something.
Yeah, I think that would look good.
To sit up with some visual interest. Got some of these ones. So I do have some, you know, I put in a couple of the straw flowers. I found a couple of these.
They're not going to be summer bouquets.
No. At $20 each. You know, if I can put together 8 of these, that's $160, right? It'll be easy to sell 8 if we can have them. And $160 on these, you know, time of year when there's not really very much there on our stand money-wise. That's, you know, that's a make it or break it.
You know, we've been selling $50 at least a day from the roadside stand. As long as you had flowers, you were selling flowers as fast as they came.
Yeah, the flower, you know, without the flowers, things have been a little bit slower this week. You know, the days have been more like $30 days, you know, because we're selling 6 bags of salad mix. Okay, what do we think?
I think it looks really nice.
Smells good. You know, it's weird. It's not what I'd normally make.
Yeah.
But I think I think it like has an impact. You're impressed what I can throw together with all the garbage? Or I shouldn't say garbage. This is like precious stuff I've been hoarding all summer. I've been like, don't touch those sedums. We'll need them. I definitely feel like scented geraniums saving her butt on these ones. Okay, let's do one more. Gotta use some of this Rudbeckia, and I went after the first frost cosmos. There's a tiny spot that didn't get frosted, and I cut every single stem out of it, and they were like barely opening. I'm gonna do a purple and yellow one. I'm gonna add in these, like, you know, that's got that burgundy tones and the yellow tones. They're definitely only 20. You know, and I kind of have to do a mix of these ones that are open, and then I have ones that are more closed.
Yeah, they'll open up over time.
Yeah, because they'll get like a nice long vase life. But I need a few of the open ones so that they'll be showy and flashy at the market.
I mean, that's looking pretty $20.
Yeah, totally.
In Canadian October, to me.
I mean, I feel really proud for like being able to have flowers. You know, it got to -6. That's crazy. We still have flowers that we're selling. You know, and I'm really proud of all the work that we've done to be going into winter with all these dried flowers, to be able to, you know, tell customers I can provide you with like 100% sustainable, local, grown by me, no pesticides used flowers, you know, anytime you want them with the dried flowers. You know, that's like a big thing to offer, right? And I don't, unlike, you know, like the florists around me, none of it is going to be supplemented with flowers bought in. It's all going to be stuff that is like mine. So, you know, I feel like it's a solid achievement. Ding.
Good work.
Okay. You, Ian, go do your work.
Okay. Night.
I have to say, it feels pretty incredible to be sitting here, you know, at least a week after frost, having had these hard freezes, surrounded by 20 bouquets of fresh flowers. These are flowers that I was able to do without using any sort of greenhouse space, any sort of heat. You know, this is flowers I was able to grow without, you know, really having the knowledge to even know how to do it. I'm really excited to see what Ian's gonna be able to do with these, but I need to go to bed now.
Well, good morning to you. I hope you're watching this at 4 a.m. so you can share my pain. We have so many flowers. Look in here. Look at that. Serina did an excellent job. She made 20 bouquets, which is very impressive. That's $400 right there, right? If we can sell all those. And I don't know if there'll be other farms with fresh bouquets. I'm really excited because there's only 3 more markets left. Only 3 markets. The markets are so much fun. You know, if you never go to a farmer's market, you should really spend a bit of time at your local farmer's market because they are a good time. There's lots of fun stuff, and ours is an upper echelon market. We're so lucky to have such a great farmer's market in the Kelowna Farmer's Market because, you know, when the farmer's market itself curates the list of vendors as tightly as our farmer's market does, then you just get a really high quality event that everybody wants to come see. It's just after 8 and the market is open. There's been some people dropping by so far. Sold like 25 bucks, so nothing too crazy, but like lots of little sales so far, so that's a good start. People haven't really started showing up yet. And I think on a day like today where it's a little bit cool and rainy, that people won't be showing up until, more like the 10 o'clock rush time. Well, look who decided to show up.
Here at the market, it is about noon now, and as we always expect from these fall markets, it's not super busy, but the flowers are selling. I still have hopes to be flower sellouts. And the food is selling well too. We just, we don't have much. But I sold a dried flower bouquet, so...
Yeah, I've sold a couple dried flower bouquets as well. And, there's some people that are interested in them. For the most part, people want to take the fresh flowers while they're still around, because this is definitely the last week for them. The market is now done, and my threshold for whether today was going to be a good market or not was, can we sell $800? We ended up selling $791. So that means that today was a failure, total failure.
I had a lot of fun at the market today. I ended up ditching on Ian and going around and chatting with everyone. So it was, even though it was slow, it made for a nice hangout at the market. And, like that's still not a bad number to do for this time of year. We only have a few of these markets left, you know, so this is the time to really enjoy them, you know, and not feel the pressure to get those sales. This is all just gravy at this point. We still have one bouquet left, and honestly, I'm shocked that we didn't sell out of them because, you know, it's such a luxury to have them. But exciting, we actually did get some sales on the dried flowers, so that has me hopeful for what they're gonna do next week when I have even more options, even more beautiful combinations. I think they're gonna actually sell well this year.